Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are doing well. I am your English teacher. Students, today we will do a revision worksheet of English language covering almost entire syllabus. Students, we have done one worksheet on Friday, 23rd April, and some of the students have already taken it. If you have not collected that worksheet, collect it with new worksheets that will be given on 27th April. Okay students, you have to solve this worksheet by watching this video and under supervision of your parents. Let's begin. Question number 1 is state whether the underlined nouns are countable or uncountable. Students, nouns that are the names of things, people, etc. which can be counted are known as countable noun. They usually have singular and plural forms. Those nouns which cannot be counted are known as uncountable nouns. Students, uncountable nouns do not have plural forms and we cannot use definite numbers before them. Students, in question number 1, two sentences are given. Number 1, he ate his soup with a spoon. Number 2, I am very fond of rice and have it at every meal. Students, these sentences have two underlined nouns and you have to write its type over the sentence. Now come to question number 2. Question is replace a noun with a pronoun. Students, a pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun that has already been mentioned or is already known. Students, in this question, two sentences are given. Number 1, Arham must not tease the dog because the dog might bite Arham. Number 2, the crowd shouted and booed. The crowd wanted the home team to win. Students, you have to rewrite these sentences by using a pronoun instead of a noun. Let's move towards question number 3. Question number 3 is say which of the ing forms have been used as adjectives and which to form continuous tenses. Point out the noun and name the continuous tense. Number 1, we were cycling to school when it started to rain. Number 2, the melting snow made the road slushy. Students, we have read in chapter number 6 about the ing form, means present participle form. It is used as a verb and as an adjective. Students, we have read many times that all continuous tenses are formed with present participle form of the main verb. Students, in this question, you have to underline the ing form, then write its used in the given space. If it is used as a continuous tense, you have to write the name of the tense, and if it is used as an adjective, you have to point out the noun in both sentences. Question number 4 is change the tenses of the verb. Students, this question is related to chapter number 7, past participles and perfect tenses. I have briefly described this chapter in another worksheet video which was uploaded on Friday, 23rd April. Students, here 3 sentences are given. You have to change their tenses as per written instructions. Number 1, Kiran will apologize for her mistake. Students, change the tense of this sentence to present perfect. Number 2, John wants to make his parents proud. Change it into past perfect. Number 3, Rita reaches school by 8 a.m. Change it into future perfect. Okay. Question number 5 is fill in the blanks with have or has. Students, we have read about it in chapter number 8. The different forms of have are has and had. Have is used frequently as a helping verb with other verbs to form the perfect tenses. And it can be used as a main verb to make its own different sense. Sentence number 1 is I dash a new car and Lubna dash a new one too. Number 2, do you dash a sister who dash a red bicycle? Students, in both sentences you have to fill in the blanks with has or have. Question number 6 is fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verbs. Students, here two sentences are given. Sentence number 1 is does your dog dash? Bites or bite? Number 2, there dash no furniture in this room. Verbs are is or are. Students, you have to write the correct form of verb according to the tense and subject. For betterly doing this question, revise chapter number 9, agreement of verb with subject. Okay? Question number 7 is fill in the blanks with appropriate demonstrative adjectives. Students, in chapter number 12 of your grammar tree book, we read about the kinds of adjectives, that is qualitative, quantitative and demonstrative. Students, the adjectives which are used to point out or draw your attention to certain persons or thing are called demonstrative adjectives. For example, this, that, those, such. Students, here two sentences are given with different options of demonstrative adjectives. Number 1, you cannot trust dash men because nobody knows them. These, this, those. Number 2, dash bridges over there are all built of stone. Given options are these, those, such. Students, you have to fill in the blanks with correct demonstrative adjective. Let's move on. Question number 8 is pick out the adjectives and mention the degree of comparison. This car is faster than ours, and though they had to travel a longer distance, they reached home earlier than us. Students, when we use adjectives for the purpose of comparison, it is said that we are using degrees of comparison. The word degree has 3 steps. The first step is called positive degree, when we simply talk of one person or thing having a quality. The second step is called the comparative degree, when we compare only two persons or things with regard to a particular quality. The third and final step is called the superlative degree, when we compare one person or thing with more than two persons or things with regard to a particular quality. Students, here you have to underline the adjective in the given sentence, then mention its degree, whether it is positive, comparative and superlative. Students, question number 9 is fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions. Students, a preposition is a word or group of words which is usually placed before a noun or pronoun in a sentence. This is used to indicate the place where something happens, direction, position, and location of somebody or something. Students, here two sentences are given. Number 1, Adil blamed himself dash the accident. Number 2, the distance dash two countries was 7,000 miles. Students, here you have to fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions. Let's move towards question number 10. Question number 10 is fill in the blanks with suitable adverb of manner. Students, We have read about different types of adverb in chapter number 15 of your grammar tree book. Students, an adverb which tells us how an action is done, will be done, or has been done is called an adverb of manner. Students, here two sentences are given. Number one, you must be dressed dash for the party. Given adverbs are poorly or properly. Number two, do your work dash, said our teacher. Here given adverbs are boldly or quietly. Students, here you have to fill in the blanks with the suitable adverb of manner chosen from those given within bracket. Okay. Question number 11 is identify the kind of sentence each of the following is. Students, we read in chapter number 20 about the different kinds of sentences. Here four sentences are given. Number one, time is up. Stop writing now. Number two, where are you coming from? Number three, stop. You must not go any further. Number four, may you live long. Students, you have to write the kind of each sentence next to it, whether it is declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamative, or negative. Okay, let's move on. Question number 12 is words opposites. Students, here four words are given: comedy, catch, quick, vacant. You have to write the opposites of these words. Okay. Question number 13a is masculine, feminine. You have to write the feminine of fox, sailor, uncle, wizard. Question number 13b is singular, plural. Students, here four words are given: child, cargo, sky, eco. You have to write the plural of these words. Okay. Question number 14 is translation. Here three sentences are given. You have to translate them into English. Number one, Ali गाना गा रहा है. Number two, हम कल पिकनिक पर गए थे. Number three, सूरज मशरिक से निकलता है. Let's move on. Question number 15 is write a letter to your grandmother who has been ill and is now recovering. Students, here you have to write a letter to your grandmother who was ill, but now she is better. She is recovering from her illness. Students, before moving towards next question, I want to give you some guidelines to write this letter. First, ask about her health. Then tell her how much you worried when you heard about her illness. You can write how much you love her. You can also tell her you prayed a lot to Allah for her sooner recovery. Students, you can also give her good, healthy tips and encourage her to take care of herself. At last, you can write words of thanksgiving to Allah for her recovery. Students, all of you know about the letter pattern. Okay, let's move on. Question number 16 is write an essay on any one of the given topics. Students, here four topics are given and you have to write on any one. First topic is a rainy day. Students, we have already written on this topic in the class and I briefly explained you what you can write on this topic. Second topic is the first day of my school. Students, in this topic you can share your experience about the first day of your school. Third topic is my favorite book. Students, we also wrote on this topic in fun writing. Last topic is my favorite personality. Students, here you have to write about your favorite personality. It means the person you like most. You can write the qualities of that person and reason why you like him or her. Okay? Students, I have explained all the questions of this worksheet. It has covered almost entire syllabus of English language. Students, please solve this worksheet very carefully under supervision of your parents. Students, attach it in your English language copy, and you have to do last two questions, that is letter and essay, in your copy. Students, please submit it on the given date. Okay students, thank you. Take care of yourself and your family. Allah Hafiz.